colony. And then the English renamed it from New Amsterdam to New York. And that's the way it's been ever since. Except in 1776, the child outgrew the parent. We declared ourselves a free and independent nation, fought the Revolutionary War, became a brand new country, the United States of America, which all officially started right here in New York City. And New York City is the first official capital of this brand new country. It's right here where all our founding fathers got together, and they swore in George Washington to become the first U.S. president. We actually did all this downtown. Washington's the father of our country. His portrait's on the U.S. $1 bill, and he's the first president of the United States of America. And once you go broadside, look over to your right, you can see the George Washington Bridge. Now, that's the longest bridge in the world when they built it back in 1930. And now it's only the fourth longest in the country. But it's the busiest bridge in the world. There's 14 lanes of traffic, 2 different levels, move very slowly 24 hours a day. And as you notice, it's the only bridge on the west side of Manhattan. The other physical links to the mainland are tunnels, which we'll talk about a little bit later on. But that's the father of our country, George Washington. We here in New York City and New Jersey affectionately call this the GWB, George Washington Bridge. Alright, so the crew gave me the signal, the bow, the boat was open downstairs. If you just want a spot to stand, you can go downstairs on the bow. Great spot for standing. And free up some spots up here too, maybe. You're outside.
Isn't this where the radio used to be?
Yes, you see right over there? That's the fort.
It's Fort Hamilton.
Vicious accident, no doubt, induced by the ferry companies. They continually fought to try and get the bridge from being opened, but it's there. It was in 1883 when they opened up it, literally connected City Hall Manhattan to City Hall Brooklyn, and then Brooklyn got to join to become home to our city thanks to the Brooklyn Bridge. Alright, more on that in a second, folks. If you look to your left, I know it's kind of dark, but here comes probably the most famous street in the world. We call it Wall Street. Everybody wants to know what's going on Wall Street, and they're referring to the New York Stock Exchange. That's right where the ferries are pulling out of. And, well, it's too dark to really see what's going on here now, but it's right in here, in the slip. You can't see the stock exchange from the river, especially at night. You have to walk down Wall Street, and it's kind of at the end there. Big, majestic staircase with the big George Washington statue. Founded by Alexander Hamilton. And next to the financial district, now we got the South Street Seaport Museum District. There's always a carnival-like atmosphere down here, lively. A bunch of people, especially on weekends. It used to be, you know, Manhattan's version of what we call Coney Island, you know. It's just a miniature version of that, but not so much anymore. So a lot of this has turned into residential. But there's still kind of a nice flavor down here of fun and stuff to do on the pier at the seaport. Same thing over there on the right in Brooklyn. They built this huge promenade. There's a little culture of people that come out here and like to take pictures with Manhattan in the background. You know, don't forget when they built the Brooklyn Bridge in the 1880s, the tallest building was only 8 stories tall. So, you know, when you went up over that bridge as a walkway or a promenade, you were a good 25, 30 stories up when you're over there. Man was never up that high before en masse. And they charged 1 penny to walk over that bridge. Tens of thousands of people were going over that bridge every day, and the bridge actually paid for itself before the first year was up. So you can say now it's free. You don't have to pay the penny at all. It's totally free to walk the Brooklyn Bridge. So it's about a mile long. If you could do it, you should. It's one of the great free things to do in the world today. Because don't forget, the steel cables make the bridges possible. The steel cable makes the elevators possible. And the elevators is what makes a skyscraper possible. You can't have a skyscraper if you don't have an elevator. And you don't have an elevator if you don't have a steel cable. Well, the steel cables are born right here on the Brooklyn Bridge. So with that, New York City now goes up, up, and away to pass over every other city to be the greatest city of all time, because it all comes back to the Brooklyn Bridge. This bridge launched us into the New Age. This bridge led the Industrial Revolution. It created the middle class of America. It inspired a lot of inventors to do a lot of great things with this steel cable. This bridge literally changed the world single-handedly, but of course, as way ahead as this time this bridge was when it opened, it was obsolete the same day. Because by the 5th day, 20 people were killed on that bridge in a stampede. That's how crowded it was. So we realized we needed some more bridges fast. Now the next bridge we're going to go on this called the Manhattan Bridge. And then the last one we're going to go on tonight, I'll be right back. Alright, now we're coming to the Williamsburg Bridge here, folks, and you look on both sides, it's starting to look really nice. Now on the right here, this is kind of new. These are the old Domino sugar factories which closed in the early 1990s. And it wasn't until like recently, the past 2 years, that we really started to do stuff over here and rehabbing it. And there's already lots of people coming down here and taking advantage of the crowds. And they built an extension of the, the pier out into the river a little bit. And they already have some investors in the park, and it's kind of fun. People from Brooklyn, if you notice the whole Brooklyn show, and a little dark, but they were coming out. During this whole front of the Pepsi-Cola sign. And we brought us the Queensboro Bridge. Oh, I'm sorry, that's changed its name to the Mayor Ed Koch Bridge. We renamed it after the late Mayor Ed Koch, so we call it still the Ed Koch Bridge. But us native New Yorkers, we still adamantly call that the 59th Street Bridge. That's right, it's made popular by two Jewish boys from Queens. Used to get that feeling, groovy feeling, every time they crossed the 59th Street Bridge to play a gig in Manhattan. Of course I'm talking about Simon and Garfunkel. They wrote and sang many songs about New York City. That bridge right there, that's the catalyst of the hit song Feeling Groovy, 59th Street Bridge song. Now, if we were a little closer, you might hear that little ditty, but instead I'm going to take a break here and let you all enjoy the sounds of silence. To the ocean had all that. The French led the way. They put the statue in France. Mr. Frederick August told me, Macron was so happy to build the statue. That was a big thanks to Mr. Joseph Pulitzer. Pulitzer did a lot of work to raise the money privately to hire the famous architect Marvis Hunt to design the pedestal museum she stands on. And one of the more creative things he did was the poetry contest. The Jewish girl from Manhattan, the beautiful Emma Lazarus, penned the award-winning poem we call The New Colossus, which is on display inside the Pedestal Museum. Now, if you look at the statue's face, she's facing the Atlantic Ocean. This is just beyond that Verrazano Narrows Bridge. That is the longest bridge in the country today, and it connects Brooklyn on the left all the way over to Staten on the right. Now, behind that bridge is the Atlantic Ocean. Of course, the bridge that makes that bridge possible is the bridge that makes all bridges like that possible. It's the third of the three great wonders we saw tonight. And that's the Brooklyn Bridge right behind us. But I already told you that story. So right now we're at the statue, so to let you guys, take a few pictures. Now listen, we're very crowded here, so if you're up in the front, you take a picture, duck down, so the people behind you can get a shot too.
There's a chance to get your pictures. And don't forget, folks, come up to the back of the inner cabin. We got our fabulous, friendly photographers up here to take your circle line pictures. And they have the results. If you want to take a look when you finish taking your pictures, just come to the back of the inner cabin and meet Gene. And you got the, actually, we got both guys up here today, so come on up here and check it out.
También es acá.